This story is becoming normal. I got the wrong super here. Normal Community's star football player is staying in Normal for college football. We're going to get to volleyball in a second. Ironman standout wide receiver Marquand Gary has committed to play his college football for the hometown Illinois State Redbirds. The 6'1", 180-pound Gary was a member of the 25 Sports All-Madison team after a breakout junior year in which he had 7 touchdown catches and 2 touchdown runs for the Big 12 champion Normal Community Ironman. He will join Ironman teammates Chris Taylor, Ty, and Dexter Niekamp as an Illinois State Redbird. I think I wanted to show some volleyball highlights tonight. Yeah, I did. Morton Eureka playing at the Kiln, the junior high gym. Get it? The Kiln, the pottery, the Kiln. It's Hannah Newkirk here setting up Carly Whitaker after the nice pass by libero Claire Cerisa. But Eureka came back to win set 2. Sophia Musselman the big swing, and then watch Karis Wolf set up the block down for Eureka points for 1 set apiece. Potters would come back to win set 3. Newkirk to Harper Struby, the middle hitter with the kill. Then Abby Van Minen with the swing, and the Carly Whitaker takes the overpass back down for a point. Morton a winner in that 3rd set. Day 2 of the renewal by Anderson, a golf outing at Pekin Country Club, the AJGA tournament. After a rainy round 1, a sunny day at Pekin Country Club. The shot of the day by South Korea's Jae Choi. He chips in for birdie right here on number 9. That's got him pumping that fist. Yeah. Pekin freshman to be Colin Kemp. Another impressive day. A nice bunker shot right here. He did not make the cut, but boy, is he named to keep an eye on as he heads to his freshman year at Pekin High, Colin Kemp. Meanwhile, Dunlap sophomore Nolan Eccles does make the cut. He shot a 72 even par today. A terrific round for Eccles. He'll be teeing off early tomorrow. The final round is tomorrow. Patrick Raup, the leader for the boys at 9 under. The girls' leaders are tied at even par. Jim Dandy time. The Olympic Games are 16 days away. Everyone has Olympic fever, including Eureka's Josie Wiegand during the middle of the volleyball match. She's doing a cartwheel. Yeah, she makes a remarkable dig. Listen to the announcer here.
Whoa, she did a cartwheel.
She did just do a cartwheel.
Whoa, she did a cartwheel.
She did a cartwheel. Perfect landing. Eureka won the point. She wins. Way to go, Josie Wiegand, the Jim Dandy.